Smart entrepreneurs don't fight burnout, they prevent it. And today's video is all about how you can handle the pressure before it breaks you. And we're gonna dive into the 3 neuroscience steps founders actually use to build a business beyond 30 and 50K with staying sane without sacrificing the health. Let's be real for a moment. When we look at the day of a normal founder, it often looks like you wake up already tired, exhausted, to a ton of Slack messages, your WhatsApp is buzzing, you have the next fire already waiting for you, and you just drag yourself throughout the day, hopping from one Zoom call to another Zoom call, solving one task and the next task and switching this head all over again. And in the end of the day, you're actually feeling tired. You're stressed, you're exhausted, and then you feel guilty when you don't have the physical energy, but also the presence to be with your family, to actually spend the time with them, because then maybe some other client call comes up and you work till late at night at your desk and still asking yourself, is it all worth it? And so we don't come to this point of being actually burned out, because that's often how it ends. You need to work smarter, you need to prevent it. And I already did a video about it, showing how founders use it, how they use the 3 R's of confident leadership: reset, rise, and reshape. And today we're gonna dive more into this neuroscience and those habits behind it. So let's start with the reset and something you can use day by day. And the big problem there is this, that when you trying and push yourself throughout the day for tasks that actually drain your energy, you're also focusing not only on the wrong stuff, but in the end, you're draining your amygdala. It's a part of your brain that's here for the reward. And when it's drained, you're actually making shallow tasks. And how it happens is that you go from rational to emotional. And that's typically how we talk about the busy work. And of course, in the end, it's a huge factor here, because busy work doesn't mean you're actually making any kind of progress. And what you can do here at the beginning is using micro breaks. It always sounds so simple, but we often forget it fast. That means when you use a deep focus block, do a 5-second, even 1 minute, just stand up, stretch yourself, go out here in the fresh air, for example, that's how I do it, and move your body. Because those micro breaks are here to give you some kind of space to reset and actually breathe through. What you also can do is using this breathing, the box breathing, that you use 4 seconds to inhale, hold it, and then breathe out. We often say 3 deep breaths can change the world. It actually can, because it gives you just a moment to calm down and focus again on your task. And what I also recommend, and what I do, and what of course many other agency owner, tech owners use, is that you use a digital detox. That means at the end of your day, no screen, no phone, no laptop whatsoever. For me, it's always typical to just shut off everything, and then it's also a signal to my brain, okay, it's time now to recharge, and I can move on to relaxing, recharging, and using the time differently. You can, of course, read a book, or you can go for a walk, but it's a sign just for your brain to actually then take the time to focus again, to calm down, and to just work through the day after all. And once this system, this foundation is stable, we can focus on how we use your brain. And that's actually something that also is typical, that your brain craves repetition. And it's neuroplasticity, how we call it, because everything you learn, everything you do, and you do it not once, you do it 10 times, you do it 50 times, and you do it for years, everything you do builds neural pathways, like little brain highways. And over time, they get, of course, bigger. That means when you do this with destructive habits, you're automatically programming yourself into the negative side of it. But it also gives you, of course, the chance to build positive habits. You can train yourself. You read something, that's how you learn. And it gives you the chance to learn, but also to unlearn. And how I use this with my clients and how we use it to scale businesses and to change that thinking here is that before you start your day with jumping on your phone, before you start jumping on any kind of message, is that you go outside, for example, you pick up your notebook and you write the 3 needle moving tasks of your day and get the clarity in how to do it and what to focus on today. And it gives you a time to start this day differently because you are not attacked by messages, problems, or any other kind of destructive habits that are coming right in, scrolling through Instagram, for example. And what we also do here is that you can visualize yourself actually doing those tasks. It takes 2 minutes, you close your eyes, and you see yourself already doing it and accomplishing it. That already gives your head the chance and your brain the chance to step more into this focus into the day. And another point that's very powerful is here using anchoring. And what anchoring means is that we take a situation, a task, and combine it with an emotion. That means when I'm already seeing myself doing it, and I bring the feeling of confidence or some kind of clarity in it, or gratitude, for example, it's a great way to make this exercise and this accomplishment that you really go through with it even powerful. And when we got this, we strengthen your prefrontal cortex. That's your decision maker of your brain. That's how you plan. That's how you control. That's how you act. You can actually move to the third phase and the third part of it, and it's called Reshape. And I always say it's all about aligning with your vision, because when your body and mind is now in sync, it's all about how to reshape where your energy goes. And it's all about training this system, this activating system in your head that acts like a filter. And there's actually a very interesting experiment to this, because when you say only focus on red cars, you're only gonna see red cars. And that's actually what we use here. So it is training your brain to prioritize what matters most. So it's your focus on what actually moves the needle instead of being always in this urgency mode, in this unsafe mode, because when you train your mind and brain on this, it's normal that you feel stressed in every step because your brain thinks you're in an unsafe environment. That's why you need to focus here on building something that really gives your brain and body the signal you are safe. I can be safe here, I can work safe here. And what I use here is that you write down your long-term vision. So what you see, feel, and hear, maybe in 4 years, maybe in 10 years. That's what I also did, for example, last Tuesday. And you can always use this vision to reflect on your current situation and schedule. So you look at your week and you check, does it really fit the way I'm doing it now? Does this task align with my vision? Does the way I'm feeling, does the way I'm acting align with my vision? And that gives you the chance to move even closer to your vision without getting in this busy state again, without getting in this highly stressed state again, to prevent burnout in the long term. And then you can, of course, also use it to filter right out which task you don't need to do. So drop one task this week, delegate one task, because that's actually a point then of using those systems to scale up in the long term. And in the end, it's just a way of, we call it RRS, That's the way of detecting an opportunity, and of course it's not overwhelm, then it's clarity over chaos. And in the end, burnout prevention isn't about working less, it's about working smarter with your brain. When you reset, you regulate. When you rise, you strengthen. And when you reshape, you align. So 3 steps, it's a 3-step system. And that's how we actually build sustainable success. We work with clients who changed their weekly schedule. We had one client, for example, last month, who gained 8 hours after 1 week just through setting boundaries and knowing where his energy went. We had one scaling up from 30K a month to 37K a month, from jumping from 7 days a week to 4 days a week. So it's all about building sustainable systems and successful, grounded in calm, clarity and control, and starting from the inside out. And if you want to go deeper and check out how it works, you can check out my last video. I'm gonna put it up here. And it's all about how I rewired my brain to reverse burnout actually, and how you can use it to build your business to scale up and unlock massive success. And if you want to jump in this topic right now and to start building your own burnout proof plan, jump in the calls down below, book your own slot, and I see you in the next video.